If you're a creator or a multi-passionate person and you know you want a business, but you've got too many business ideas and you don't know what to choose, it can cause a lot of confusion and overwhelm, and we end up really staying stuck. We're living in a time where we have the opportunity to create pretty much any business we want, especially a business that is totally unique to you. And this vastness of choice can actually be a problem. Here's how to choose a business when you have too many ideas. I'm Liz Watt. Welcome back to where we talk about integrating work, life, and spirituality and how to design and create a purpose-led business and life. In today's episode, we're going to look at how a multi-passionate person or a really creative person with lots of different interests can choose a business idea that is going to work for you. We'll walk through the pros and cons of multiple businesses and then 5 steps to lay out all your business ideas on the table and then narrow them down. Make sure you stay to the end where I have something to help you out with this. If we have so many ideas, why don't we just create multiple businesses? Well, let's look at the pros and cons of this. Much business advice tells us to pick one idea and focus on it. As multi-passionates, if we've got all these ideas, we can resist this idea of picking one thing for a long time. You're afraid you'll miss out on something if you have to pick one thing, or if you pick one thing, you'll be locked into something forever. And what if that love and passion and interest for it wears off over time? Then what do? Either way, you don't want to restrict yourself or lock yourself in. And as a result, we often end up standing still, not sure which way to go, or we go around and around in circles, jumping from one thing to the other. We might try to build multiple businesses and focus our energy on different things that we enjoy and that give us variety. Now, there are some upsides or pros to creating multiple businesses. It gives us variety, it allows us to build different skills, expertise, and interest, and it spreads the risk. However, you'll likely be making less money, and the growth of each business will be slower and life is going to be a lot more chaotic. So when we try to create multiple things at once, we start to get momentum in one business, then we shift our focus to the second. And the momentum from the first drops as we grow momentum in the second. And then we shift back to the first. Only we've gone back a few steps and have to redo what we've already done. Meanwhile, that momentum we created in our second business is dropping again. So we're putting in all this effort, only we're taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. We're spreading our energy too thin when we don't get specific and focused. So how then do we choose a multi-passionate business? A multi-passionate with a successful business chooses one thing to build until it's up and running, then the next, then the next. That's how you be multi-passionate in business. You don't try to build 7 things at once. The thing to remember is that you're not picking one thing for eternity, you're just picking one thing for now. And the same thing goes once you start your business. You don't try to do absolutely everything at once, you layer in one activity until you get that going, and then the next, and then the next. So the first thing to do is make a list and brainstorm every possible business idea you have. Now at this stage, don't censor or critique. This step is not about determining if an idea will be profitable or enjoyable. It's about just getting it down on paper as an idea. Now, regarding ideas, try to flesh out each item, not just as something you enjoy, but as what it might be as a business. For example, if you're passionate about fashion, your business isn't just fashion, but there are several very different businesses you could create around fashion. You could create a physical retail fashion store, an online fashion store, provide a styling service, or an online fashion review blog. And I'm sure there's many more. Go as broad as you can with as many different variations or business options for each theme or area of interest that you have. Second step is to refine by type. So once you've got a whole list of ideas, we're going to narrow them down and identify the type of business they are. You can identify each business as mainly selling physical goods, digital goods, or service. Physical goods are tangible. They're products that are physical and that you can hold and touch. So you're either going to make these products yourself or purchase them from someone else and then distribute them. They can be sold online or offline with a physical shop presence. Then we have digital products, which are intangible. These are digital or electrical products that can be sold wholly online. They may include things like ebooks, education programs, downloadable music or videos, digital subscriptions, software, mobile apps, or digital photos. And thirdly, we have services, which are also intangible. We can't hold or touch them. These services require human effort to do work for someone. So they rely on a certain level of expertise or exchange of time or knowledge for money. They could include professional services such as accounting, coaching, or legal services, or services like cleaning, building, or trade. Now, traditionally, these services are provided offline and face-to-face with your clients. Now we have online internet. We now have more and more services that can be provided remotely or online using software. And this allows us to go out to a much bigger audience. So some of these businesses may have a combination. For example, a restaurant or retail shop provides physical goods and there's a service aspect. Or you might want to provide online coaching services as well as face-to-face workshops. Think about how you might use one area of expertise or interest as different types of businesses. So use this part of the process to both refine by type and expand your possibilities and options. Third step is to narrow down by preference. So we're going to cross out the options that, number one, are money makers, but you're just not passionate about them. Things that you're going to get bored with. So you may have some skills or knowledge in these areas and you know you can do them and you know they're going to make money, but you're just not excited or inspired about the idea. It might be that you think, oh, I've got all this knowledge and I really should be using it. Okay, get rid of those. Secondly, you want to probably take out things that you have no knowledge or expertise in. You're kind of interested and you know it could make money. Still, you'll have to start from scratch with a new qualification study or just start with building a completely new set of skills. And this is something that will take a long time to get going. Chances are, if you really were that passionate or interested in it, you'd already be doing it. Thirdly, we want to cross out things that people won't pay for. So you can get objective here about the things that might just be a hobby or you know for sure that people are not going to pay money for. If you're not sure, but you're super passionate about it, keep it on your list, but just flag it to do a little bit deeper research later on. Fourth step, now that we've got a list of things that you really could realistically create as a business, we're going to rank them by enjoyment. So take what you've got and rewrite the ones that are left in a new list, but score them or rank them in order of what you enjoy the most. So don't just pick the good ideas or the profitable ones or the ones that you think that you should do. So at this stage, there might be one that really jumps out and that's great. But if you've got a short list of 2, 3, or 4, you could take some time out to write out the perfect work day. So this is a journaling process where you just go through the entire day from when you get up to when you finish work. So consider all the activities you'd need to do in this business on an average day and how much you really enjoy each activity, or how you might do it in a way that you do enjoy. To help you out with this, I've created a worksheet. The link is in the description. Now make sure you consider all the activities associated with a particular business, and you might have to do a little bit of research around this if you're not entirely sure. Talk to people who are already doing it or jump online and look for a day in the life of whatever this business is. Consider the things that you like doing and think about what will take the most ongoing time and effort in the business and whether there are any that you say a definite no to. Remember, this is not about narrowing down because there are things about business you don't know yet or you're not sure how certain things will work. It's about the things you know for sure you don't want to be doing that are the primary process of a particular business. Final step is to pick one, commit, set a goal, and get started. If there's something you could do right now, what would it be? Now, if you care about money and need to get an income coming in, then which one will make money faster? And if you don't care so much about money right now and you've got the time, build what you love the most. So look for your answer in the overall top 2 or 3 or 4 that you've got left. So after I went through a process similar to this, I chose this particular business, providing digital products and online services around personal development, spirituality, and online business. These are subjects I'm passionate about, and I have a very clear and very strong philosophy around how they integrate and align with one another. And the online process of presenting uses a ton of skills that I enjoy around website creation, videoing, photography, graphics, writing, all those kind of creative things. So I narrowed down and removed things I was skilled in and could have created a business in, but I no longer have a driving passion for. Had I chosen them, there was no way I would have been inspired to make them work for the long term. I also let go of the things that I know can make me money because I've proved it, but that I'm just not really passionate about. Again, they weren't going to be sustainable long term. So once you choose one, what about all the other ideas? Well, just set yourself up a notebook or a page in one of your online apps and start writing your ideas down. Capture everything that you've shortlisted in this exercise and continue to add any more that come to you over time, because who knows what the future holds. But for now, it's time to commit to one and now become the expert in how to create this business. So go out and find someone you can learn from who has already created a similar business to yours, a mentor. At the same time as you're learning how to create that business, start talking to potential customers or clients who want what you want to create. So have conversations with them to find out exactly what they want, what they'll pay for, and how you can help them, and what sort of format your products and services might be, and start to build an audience. If you're still not convinced and you're kind of saying, yeah, Liz, but what about all these other things? Well, set a goal. When you have X amount of dollars or X amount of clients and your business is running smoothly and only requires an ongoing maintenance, well, that time you can start to outsource some of the work and you can pursue another idea, either as a business or now just for fun. But the only way you're going to get moving and creating your own business is to pick one and get moving. If it turns out it's not quite the right business for you, that's okay. You're still going to learn heaps about business and yourself for when you finally find your purpose-led business. I know for me, I had multiple attempts at starting some very different businesses. Some worked, some not so much, before I got to here. So just choose and just get going. If you found this helpful, then make sure you hit like and subscribe. Then make sure you check out the worksheet I prepared to help you with this process. The link is in the description. If you're still here and you want to know more about creating a business and a life based on passion and purpose, then check out the episodes showing here or in the description. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.